Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Jeko Publishing House and Kitab Khana, a warm welcome to all of you. We are gathered here today for the cover launch of Mehrab Irani's forthcoming book, Mad Money Journey. We are very happy to have with us the author, Cyrus Broacha, who will both entertain and inform us about what makes this book so special. Before I request Mr. Akash Shah of Jeko Publishing House to introduce the guests, I'd like to say a few words about the publisher. Jeko is at the forefront of publishing life-changing works by eminent authors in all spheres and has been doing so since its inception 68 years ago. While business titles, self-help, religion, philosophy and mind-body spirit form the cornerstone of our non-fiction list, we publish an exciting range of travel, current affairs, biography and popular science books as well. We have also renewed our focus on popular fiction and children's books, promoting a host of fresh young talent from India and abroad. Jeko is present in 10 cities across India and has published over 2,000 titles in a wide range of segments. Carrying on the legacy of Jeko, we have with us here today Mr. Akash Shah, the publisher at Jeko Publishing House. Akash belongs to the third generation of the illustrious Shah family who founded Jeko. As a progressive businessman steering the wheel at a time when sweeping changes are reshaping the world of publishing, he is to be credited with revamping the very face of Jeko. He has been instrumental in transforming Jeko by adding luminous names including Robin Sharma, Deepak Chopra, John Maxwell, the Dalai Lama to an impressive heritage of authors. I now request Akash to say a few words.
Good evening everyone. Thank you all very much for being here. A cover launch is a very special event and it's great to have Mehrab and Cyrus to share their thoughts with us. I'll just get started by introducing both of them. I'd first like to recognize our distinguished guest, the brilliant, funny Cyrus Broacha. Cyrus hardly needs an introduction. I'm sure all of us present here have enjoyed his unique takes on life through his many on-screen roles and stand-up shows. He rose to fame as a VJ and brought laughter to our lives with his show, MTV Bakra. He has since moved on from being a youth icon to appealing to a broader audience with his rib-tickling political satire, The Week That Wasn't, on CNN IBN. He has also hosted many cricket shows, including the popular Chevrolet Cricket Show on 10 Sports, and interviewed nearly every cricketer from every generation. But his talents don't stop here. Last paragraph. He's also a columnist and an author, which is very relevant. His book, Kal, Aaj or Kal, a semi-autobiographical comedy about celebrities, Bollywood and politics, was released in 2010. In 2011, he released another book, The Average Indian Male, which is a riotous account of the Indian male. Thank you, Cyrus, for taking time off from your busy schedule to be with us. And now about our star of the evening, Mehrab Irani. Mehrab Irani, who is the General Manager, Investments with Tata Investment Corporation, is also a qualified chartered accountant, company secretary and author of a well-acclaimed book, 10 Commandments of Financial Freedom. If any of you have already seen that book, it's on the corner here. He has a total of 14 years experience in investment research, portfolio management, investment banking, dealing and global research on US and European financial services sector and credit markets. He has written articles for various newspapers, magazines, online websites, and has published in almost all major publications. He frequently appears on various business channels such as CNBC, ET Now, NDTV Profit, and Bloomberg TV. He has an uncanny ability to connect abstract things to real-life situations using his power of imagination and plethora of skills that reverberate through all his work. welcome Mehrab. And now without any ado, I'd hand it over to Cyrus to have a nice conversation with Mehrab.
Thank you, Akash. And first, it's 42 degrees out there, so please don't clap. We're all very tired and all I can understand. I want to apologize for my outfit, but in 1994 it fit me properly, but for some reason now it took about 3 hours to get in. I thank my lovely wife and my mother who used all kinds of means to put me inside this kurta, and Mehrab's wife and family will take me out of it once the show is over. Thank you, Mehrab. No, but jokes apart, this is supposed to be I thought it would be a financial come intellectual evening, so I wanted to wear something so I blend in somewhat, and I turned out looking like a leftist spokesperson, Mr. Sitaram Yechuri, who will never be seen in Parliament again after Friday. Yeah, I think it's very relevant also, but first let me just quickly talk about Mehrab. Mehrab and I go back a long way, about I think 45 minutes since we met. Poor man. I think his good friend is Chatti Buddy Anand Dalal, who's sitting right there and has been his big supporter. We go to the same school where we have to earn money to pay the fees. Believe me, it's not easy. Bombay International, lovely school. And frankly speaking, he put us through, and I think Mehrab was very keen on changing his profile slightly also, because this entire book, I think what is looked upon as a dry subject is not really a dry subject, and he's tried to change it around. This is something which hopefully you will read and enjoy, whether you like finance or not. The subject is incidental. It's a fine read. It's his turn as a novelist as well. So it's not just financial jargon and going to bury you down with thought processes that you may not want to have. So it's very interesting. When we met for the first time, being two Parsis, I think something had to go wrong. Let me be honest. And I swear on my mother, and I swear on everything holy, and I swear on Iran itself, that every time I try to message him, it doesn't go through. Now, for about 2 months, it looked like a lie. But when we finally had a next meeting, I proved it to him. I took out the instrument, I pressed the message button, I sent him just one letter A, it never went. Now, I cannot explain how this financial whiskey has a mobile phone that doesn't accept my message. But obviously, it's far more talented than I know. Yeah. But no, it's wonderful. I think that I think the timing is fantastic. In about 48 hours, we may have a new leader, a new party in power, and a prime minister for the first time in 12 years. So, we should stop that. The poor guy, I think everybody's taking things in. And I think all the comedy websites are crying that who do we make fun of? BJP not so funny, scary but not funny. Yeah, but I think if you look at it long and hard, and since we do a political show and we try to understand what's happening, I think the bottom line across India has been economics. What is the reason why there will be change? Whether you look at it, whether it's a dal roti kind of situation, or sending your son to Harvard, or buying your wife the latest phone which messaging services work on, it's been economics. So I think it's very clear that suddenly India, this emerging power, the financial institutions and what we can get out of them, and the importance of what role they will play in our lives going forward. It's very important that we now actually start paying attention. And I think he's done his best, from what I've read and once you read the book, to get you to enjoy this whole process instead of getting scared and saying, oh, let my husband handle it, or let my father-in-law handle it, or let my accountant handle it. So I think that's a very good, almost like an NGO movement from his part. So thank you so much, sir. Of course, at the rate you're selling the book, there's no NGO movement, but that's another story for another day. Also want to just quickly clarify that this is just the cover launch we're doing. And when we have more budget, after the new government comes in, the market goes up and more money comes in. This fairy tale may or may not happen by Sunday, you'll know. If nothing has changed in your life, vote left and wear kurtas. So this is just the cover launch, and then we'll come back and do the book launch as well a little later. But after the cover launch, we're going to sit for 15-20 minutes and chat. And I'm going to ask him about the book, and feel free to ask questions as well. So I think if everyone's ready, we'll go straight to the cover launch. Mehrab, and I think Akash will have to be here. Akash, if you can take us through the cover launch, you're the man who's sort of, yeah, he lost interest in the book himself and walked away. It's Jai Ko no Jai Ho. Come on. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, a very important moment for Mehrab Irani and Jai Ko Publication.
Congrats, Mehrab. I'd just like you to unveil the book.
Message. There we go. Yay! It's always hard work, and all the fun and breakfast we had in the Bombay. Mehrab has sweated a lot, and I think he's a very talented writer. So good to be multi-dimensional, expert in finance as well as a communicator, which is really not very easily seen or rare occurrence these days. Mehrab, let me start with the most important question. Why aren't you running an Irani cafe or a wafer shop, or what the hell are you doing spoiling the Irani name writing books?
Good evening, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank Cyrus for accepting my invitation and coming here to launch the cover of my book. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Mehrab.
I would also like to thank Akash and Jaiko for accepting to publish this book. It was not an easy decision for them because this is not a very simple book. It's a finance fiction, which is a new genre, and it was a very important decision for them also.
Well, the Congress has written a finance fiction, but no one's reading it.
I hope people will read this book. So I would like to thank them also. I would also like to thank certain people who have had great influence in my life. Some are present over here, some are not present. Without naming anybody, I would like to thank them. And also I would like to thank all of you all for taking out time and coming over here. Thank you very much.
Well, I've been to lots of big launches, book launches by famous writers. This is the largest crowd I've ever seen, I have to tell you. So either it's a paid audience or you're really either it doesn't matter. The fact is your marketing skills are excellent. No, now let's get to the book. You had written a book before this. I just want to touch on that for a second. Now that was a far more formulaic, mathematical, financial book dealing with numbers, figures. When you wrote that book, what did you have in mind? Why would a guy, a successful accountant like yourself, a CA by profession, why would you want to suddenly venture into writing books on finance in the first place?
Yeah, I've been working in this finance field for almost past 15 years. What I've observed that if you see, like when I started my career around 15 years back, information was not so easily available. We had to do a lot of hard work to get information. But today, if you see, world has advanced technologically a lot. Today, information is very easily available. Today, there are computers, laptops, internet, social media, smartphones. So everything is very easily available. So technologically, we have moved forward. However, if we see, in my experience, financially, we are moving back. Today, if you see a typical young man, he will get a middle class person, he will get good education, he will start earning, he will earn very good money. But after earning money, he will not know how to protect his money from the financial predators who legally take away money from his pocket. After that, he will not know how to budget for his money. He will pay everybody. He will pay the income tax, the government, the bank loans, the medical bills, school fees, everything. But he will forget to pay his
This is a very good point. What you're saying is that through the book, you learn how not to pay your income tax, not to pay your service tax, not to pay the government and all the financial.
No, I'm not saying not to pay. We have to pay, we have to contribute. But we have to do what the government wants us to do.
Fair enough, Mehrab. I'm just pulling your leg up, boss, because I have the IQ of a squirrel.
Right. Yeah. So, and after that, people don't know how to save, how to invest in those assets which actually grow and benefit from inflation. How to leverage that money, how to create positive leverage, how to insure, what is the difference between insurance and investment, and a lot of other financial mistakes. So that all actually encouraged me to write a book on financial freedom, and that is what I wrote my first book.
The first book. Now you wrote that, you got a lot of feedback, good positive feedback. You suddenly ventured into this novel form. So why this form, and what is the purpose of this particular book, Mad Money Journey?
If you talk about finance or investments to any common person, I think most of them will just run away. If you ask a housewife who manages, what about your money? She will say, I don't know, my husband manages it. If you ask a person, educated person, young person who has just started working, that what is your plan for the future? How do you plan for your marriage, etc. He will say, I don't know, just I'm concentrating on my job, I want to earn money. Or if you ask a middle-aged professional who is earning very good, what is your retirement plan? He will say, I don't know, I have invested in such and so mutual fund or such financial advisor, and they don't take interest. So therefore, I think, I'm not saying we should go and invest our own money. We can obviously give it to the experts, etc. But we should know about money and its principles and money management. And that is what actually encouraged me on writing the book. But finance or investment is a very dry subject. Generally, nobody likes to read about it. So therefore, I thought of writing in such a format where people will actually enjoy reading it. It will be like a thrilling experience for them, like a suspenseful journey for them. If you see, the name of the book is Mad Money Journey. I'll just explain about this title, the 3 words, Mad Money Journey. I'll go from behind, journey. If you see what is life, life is nothing but a journey. From the time a child is born till a person actually dies, it's a journey. When a child walks first time, it's a journey. When a child talks first time, it's a journey. When a child goes to school, it's a journey. When he goes to college, it's a journey. When the person starts earning money, it's the beginning of a new journey. When he gets married, it's another beginning of journey. Then he gets children, etc. And finally the person passes away. So that's life is a journey, and we all are going through that journey. Then if you see money, what is money? Whether we may call money an evil or a good, but we are all living in this physical world. In the good old days, there used to be barter system where goods and services used to be exchanged for goods and services. However, today there is money, which is a store of value, and everything is exchanged for money. So whether we like it or not, it's a part of a journey, and we have to learn about money. And what is the significance of man? That is the most important word. Actually, if you see, money makes us do a lot of things in this world. If you see a lot of bad things in this world also happen because of money, and a lot of good things also. If you see a lot of murders, lot of robberies, etc. happen because of money. Lot of fights in the families happen because of money. Lot of fights even at a national and international level happen because of money. And if you see a lot of good things also happen, if you use it positively, lot of people are incentivized to do something and achieve something maybe because of money as one of the factors. So money makes a person take a lot of decisions in life. I believe that everybody has some kind of potential, and God has given everybody some kind of gift. But many times because of money, people are not able to achieve that potential. For example, say a young teenager who is very good at playing cricket, and he wants to actually play and maybe play for the nation, but he is not sure. So what happens typically, that his parents will say, you forget playing cricket, you do concentrate, become a doctor, engineer, and you do have a stable life. So many times money makes us take a lot of compromised decisions, and we are not able to live our life because of it. So therefore it's on the mad money journey.
Okay, fair enough. But just for me to understand, is it like the Gujarat model but with romance thrown in? Is it something like that? Because after all, it's a novel form, it's also entertaining. And I think let's make it quite clear for those who are not that keen or a little turned off by the financial world and mutual funds and investments and stock markets and up and down and trading. For people like that, we still want them to come and read this book. And in fact, that's why when we read it for the first time, I think that's the main point of this book, is that also if you're interested in the finance world, you read this book, and if you're not, you'll still be captivated and enjoy it just as a read, as a good read.
Actually, if you see, when a person will start reading the book, he will never realize that it is a finance or a book related to money or investments. It will be a journey, it will be an adventure for him, it will be a suspense, a thrilling journey. At every moment, if you see, there are different characters in this book. There is the main protagonist or the main character who actually returns from death, and from there he goes around the world and he meets different people, different characters in different countries across different continents, and he stays with them and learns something from them, not only about money but even about life. So the money principles will just come out. The person reading it will never realize that he has read something which is about money or finance, but after reading it he will actually be able to relate. The point is that when I was writing this book, I wanted to relate with the audience, with the readers. So I feel that whenever a person will read the book, at least with some characters, some point he will relate, he will see that yes, this is me, this is myself, this is my story. And that is what was the point when I was writing this book. And if I'm able to do that, if I'm able to get that chord with the audience, I think my purpose of writing this book will be so.
Okay, you told us about this whole idea of writing this book, and obviously it's beneficial from a utilitarian point of view if you read it, as well as from a normal point of view just as a reader. But tell us, this is very interesting, have you thought of making it into a film? And who would you cast as the lead role? Apparently, when you said he comes back from the dead, is it a bit like the UPA coming back 5 years later? Give us an example. No, because we hear about all these things, people write books now in order to make films, get screenplays sold. Once again, at the bottom of it all is finance and economics.
No, I've never thought about films, but if it happens, then that's at a later stage. Just now the important point for me is, as I told, that I want the audience to identify with the book, to identify with the characters, and if that happens, then I'm very happy. But as you mentioned about films, then in films, what do you require? You require a story, you require fable, you require characters, you require suspense, you require thrill. And with that, if there is some kind of important message, then that is also helpful. And I think the book contains everything. So
But Mehrab, see, am I allowed to share the book with the audience a little bit? But the characters are international also. It's a sort of global raid. You're a protagonist, which is Indian, from what I remember. But lots of incidents of people based in, say, South Africa, Kenya, London, Switzerland. It's all over the world. What is the point of that? The fact that you've gone all over with different examples and anecdotes.
Yeah, many of the characters are international. In fact, the protagonist travels around the world, and he travels to many countries, different continents, and he meets different people. He stays with them in their condition, and he learns from them, not only about money but also about life and principles, because he has actually come back from the deathbed. So this is a different experience for the character, and that I think will be a different experience for the audience.
Is there a subliminal message that we should all take our money abroad because all the characters are based for? I'm just kidding it up. We wanted to buy the book, I'll let me talk less. Finally, a couple of questions I want to ask. Final one. Was it a challenge to edit such a book considering there is a combination of finance and fiction? So do you ever feel your financial principles are being sacrificed? You're trying to make a slightly more romantic, exotic, erotic sometimes tale as well. Forgive me, page 47, paragraph 2. I wonder bad habits. So while doing that, is there a compromise because you're trying to sell principles but you're also trying to tell a story?
Yeah, that was the biggest challenge for the book. When I do not want to sacrifice any of the finance principles. But if you see, when you write a non-finance book on, say, investments or finance, a non-fiction book, so the audience which are reading that book, they have a lot of patience. They want spoon feeding. So it's very easy to write for them. But when you are writing a fiction book, the audience has very less patience. If it doesn't interest him, he is just going to leave the book. So you have to keep the interest alive of the audience. And the principles have to just come along while writing the book. So it was, no doubt, it was a very big challenge to maintain a balance between both. And here I think Jaiko has also helped a lot in the editing. And I would like to mention Sandhya here, she is sitting here, the editor. She has done a great job in this, and I would like to acknowledge that.
Sandhya, if you're there, can you put your hand up? Sandhya, everybody? Yeah, nightmare, correcting. The spell check is there nowadays, so don't hand up. No. Okay, one final question on the cover design that the audience is looking at. You want to take us through that?
Yeah, again, making the cover for such a book was also equally challenged, because as I said, it's a finance fiction and it's a totally new genre. I think it's a first kind of finance fiction which has been written in India, as per my knowledge. So making the cover also was because it has to be interesting to a fiction reader, as I said, because when a fiction reader goes to a bookstore, he generally just stands and looks at it. And if in the first instance, if his interest is not attracted, I don't think he will look further at it. So designing the cover, designing the title, and sending the message, everything was very important. So that is what I think I and the Jaiko team had tried to do. And as you see, the cover gives, I hope it gives that kind of a message.
And it goes under fiction or it goes under finance?
I think it will go under fiction.
Let's keep it in both, let the audience decide. Okay, thank you so much, Mehrab. But if there's anybody who wants to ask any more important and relevant questions and who have a far more astute mind than mine, please. Yes, ma'am, one second. I will. Sorry.
Is the book available?
It's not yet.
I mean, I took this thinking that's what
no,
you're talking
no, the book, I think it will take around close to 4 to 6 weeks.
Depends on who wins the elections in the last chapter, thanks to Narendra Modi and friends, or Rahul Gandhi, and definitely not Sitaram Yechuri.
But you can book your copy from, even today you can book your copy. Once it's available, it will be.
And you can write your own ending if you do it now. Okay, any more questions on the book? It's a very interesting. Hi, we meet again.
Yeah, hi. Hello. I was going through the first one. Very, very interesting read, I must say. So I'm really looking forward to the second one. But what would be the key takeaways? Like you say, you've been on this international trip or what, the protagonist. So what would be the key takeaway? I mean, would you say international markets are similar all over the world, financial markets, or are they highly unregulated and open to exploitation?
It is a global.
See, money is a global phenomenon. Whether it is India or abroad, money is a global phenomenon. Everything is linked. And this is a book. This is not a book on markets. It's a book on a human being, how he deals or he or she deals with money. And that is, I think, same.
Can I? without giving away the book, I think they don't want to tell stories, the anecdotes in entirety. But for example, if you look at a widow in one case who is now dealing with a shortfall in cash, no male, husband to actually earn money. She was not earning at that point. So he takes you through that entire scenario. So it's almost like an Ekta Kapoor serial in the beginning because you go through the whole emotions of what has happened. But then the reality of the situation, how such a person would deal with that, is very interestingly. He's gone and there's a lot of sensitivity in this book. He's trying to find areas where people are in sort of trouble or in their day-to-day life. These things happen. Marriage, post-marriage. Calamities, just normal occurrences. Those are the different anecdotes, and he's used different cultures. So it's you just read it. It's quite a nice read. I wish there were pictures for people like me, but
Coming back to the basic question, what would you say is the key takeaway from the book? From this book there are plenty. So what would be the key takeaway from that?
Yeah, the key takeaway will be that finally, after reading the book, you should be able to deal with your own money. It's not only learning about how to manage your money, but even psychologically you should be, as Cyrus mentioned, it's not one Ekta Kapoor, but there will be more than 10 Ekta Kapoor stories in that. So every story, every character, every situation is different. The country is different, the situation, the culture is different. And I am sure that many of you will be able to identify with many of the characters in the book. So how that character has faced certain problems because of money and other things in his or her life, and how that character has come out of that, and how that journey has happened. That is the main story of the...
He's basically humanized these stories. So in one particular case, mutual funds will play a part in why, and then it's best to read it. But he's opened the gamut for everything, almost everything. I don't know enough, but almost everything. Anyone questions? Mehrab Irani. He also, his hobbies include gardening, flying kites, and screaming at neighbors who play music loud. Ask him about that also. Any more? That's it. The Indian audience is always quality audience. They'll read the book and then they'll scream at you. Not till then. No, okay. But thank you so much, Mehrab. Thank you, Jaiko. Thank you, people, for sitting here and wishing the author all the best in his lovely journey. And today, people write self-help books, but I think this is the first of its kind, where it's more a piece of, I think, a good piece of writing, which you just enjoy as a novel, and incidentally, financial knowledge hopefully will be imparted as well. No pressure, just enjoy the read. I think that's the message. So all the best to Mehrab and Jaiko, and thank you, and have a good evening.